Knock this in, 31 pickup right here. Smart. Don't think about our offense. Guard for me, all right? Here we go, 1, 2, 3.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Bray is brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also sponsored by Bank of America, Xfinity from Comcast, Mazda, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
Welcome, Irish fans, to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Bray. I'm Jack Nolan, joined as always by the head coach of the Fighting Irish. And Coach, a 1-1 week for your team, but two pretty good efforts overall.
Yeah, I like how we competed. Tough one at Marquette. We ran into a heck of a team on their home court on senior day, and they got off to a good start. We scratched like heck to come back. Didn't have Jack Cooley. Really pleased, though, about how we competed against St. John's and made it a very memorable senior night for us. And
the reinvention process is continuing heading into the final weekend of the regular season.
Oh, it really is. You know, we'll be down a guy with Cam Bishot out. You know, who gets more minutes? Does Austin Burgett get the call? It's been a year of reinvention.
And Jack Cooley gave it a go against Marquette in Milwaukee, but did not score in 15 minutes of action. The first time he has not scored since early in his junior season. But even without a healthy Cooley, the Irish played hard and kept the game competitive for a full 40 minutes. All the highlights are coming up right after this timeout.
The world was recently shocked to discover a primitive society.
They may not appear so different, but these people are still using outdated satellite TV. They've never lived in a world with Xfinity On Demand. Never known what it's like to catch up on the latest shows anytime, on any device, and they have no idea what they're missing out on. Wait, are they signaling us? Nope, just adjusting their dishes. They do that a lot.
Don't settle for outdated satellite. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Dad, listen, we're gonna go broke unless we figure out a way to divvy up the shared data plan fairly. So, whoever's fathered the most children gets the most data.
Let's just do it by hair.
Body hair?
Most dental work.
What? Stop downloading and stop liking everything. It should be by who has the least amount of cartilage in their left knee.
Just want to take a bath.
Say no to sharing. Say yes to Sprint. With truly unlimited data, text, and calling.
He is suffering from flu-like symptoms.
We had to help him into the locker room. It may be a believer. Not in luck or fate.
You can see how exhausted Michael Jordan
but in
is.
the will to win. You win from within.
Classic performance by Michael Jordan.
Hey, it's Sandra from accounting.
Peter.
I can see that you're busy, but you were going to help us crunch the numbers for accounts receivable today? I mean, I know that this is important.
Well, both are important.
They are.
Let's get clear.
But this is important too.
The receivables.
Michelin knows it's better for Xerox to help manage their finance processing so they can focus on keeping the world moving. With Xerox, you're ready for real business.
And Coach, Jack Cooley is a huge reason for the success of this year's senior class. Awfully hard to win on the road against a quality team, really, without him.
Yeah, it was really tough not having him. He gave it a try. You know, he had the virus. He was in the health center. But tough when you don't have your man in the middle to kind of control things. And Bradley Center, always a tough place to play. Marquette does such a great job with their home game presentation. Get off to a pretty good start there with Tom Knight scoring for us first off a slip of a screen. But they are really ready to play, and they buried us in the paint early. Just too low post to position to try and guard their big guys. Both of them did damage. One of the things that you got concerned about is now they're shooting the ball. They haven't been really shooting the ball, so they're getting you inside and shooting it. Tom Knight again with a nice finish. Tom Knight has scored for us to start games, and that helps us. This is really about as good as you can do. It's kind of a fadeaway jump hook. When Otule's hitting that jump hook, I'm thinking it's going to be a long afternoon in Milwaukee. We don't help Garrick very much here. He gets doubled, and we're not good receivers for him. He throws it away. We give up a three-point play right there in transition. And they're kind of feeling good about themselves. Dying for a bucket right here. How about this shot, though? Lefty 10-footer off the board. Eric Atkins is playing so well for us, Jack. Jaron on ball reversal, Tom Knight, and this is one thing Eric's doing that's part of playing better. He's shooting the ball as well as he's ever shot in his career. Ball screening situation here. We get our hands on it. We get out a little bit in some early offense right here. We're trying. We're trying to jumpstart ourselves a little bit. I love when Jaron does that. Just catches, squares up, and shoots it. The last 2 games, he's done that a lot more. I also like when he does that, by the way, when he drives it to the basket. Them knocking down threes, they were very comfortable shooting the basketball, but we're scratching, we're fighting. Here we are down 12. We get a steal. Tom Knight gets to the board. We got it to 10. It's getting interesting a little bit. Still a 10-point game right here. We slip. We get it to 8. Nice pass to Zach August. And, the thing's interesting. 10-point game again. We slip. We're fighting, we're scratching, but Jack, it was really too deep of a hole to get out of. Jaron on a ball screen. Again, we love when he makes that decision to shoot behind a ball screen. I think that's really good for him there. Zach August with a finish. Zach was fabulous for us in a loss up there. He just really had a lot of energy, but too much Marquette, really too much for them. Again, we're scrapping, clawing, we pressed, we get a steal, but it was difficult to close the gap. Even when Jaron goes into his act there shooting fadeaways over a defense. Marquette's a very good basketball team. I can see why they're undefeated at home.
There are your final stats from UND.com, and Coach Marquette had an outstanding day shooting the ball. We just showed a lot of that. While the fact that your team out-rebounded the Golden Eagles by 11 is evidence of the effort that your team brought to the floor.
Yeah, no, I think, again, our rebound margin stuff it's something we've had the last 5 games we want to keep using moving forward.
After getting back to campus following the loss to Marquette, the Irish had 72 hours to get ready for the home finale against St. John's, 72 hours for Jack Cooley to get better, and 72 hours for Coach Bray to ponder his outstanding guard play. All the highlights of the Notre Dame St. John's game are coming up next.
McDonald's new Fish McBites. Fishy, fishy. Fish, fish, McBites, McBites. Fish, fish, McBites, McBites. Fishy, fishy.
Fish McBites are succulent and breaded to perfection. So take a trip to Mickey D's and get your service.
The delicious Alaskan pollock fish you love, only smaller. New Fish McBites, only at McDonald's.
Unlike us, they're not going to hang around for long.
More fish fun to love.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
For an incredible world, you need an improbable vehicle. So we engineered the new Mazda CX-9 to be both spacious and agile. We designed it to be utilitarian, yet stylish. And we made the CX-9 sophisticated, but kept it within reach. The improbable is now possible. Introducing the Mazda CX-9. Reimagined for 2013. We build Mazdas. What do you drive?
You may have heard that it saves to shop around. At Meijer, that myth has met its match. It's called Meijer Math. It starts with already low prices across the store on every product for every customer every day. Then add even more savings with weekly specials, and then subtract even more from the total with MPerks digital coupons. At Meijer, the math always works in your favor. So forget the myth, get the math. Find out more at Meijer.com/math.
Coach, you scored 66 points against St. John's, and 36 of them came from your starting guards, and that was not an accident.
No, our guards were really good, Jack, and we talked about them being more aggressive early, hunting their shots instead of worrying so much about getting other people involved, and I thought that really jump-started us, and it's something we're going to have to continue to focus on the rest of the way in March. Eric Atkins with a drive, and they've got some shot blockers. It was tough early. We come up with a turnover here, and Jaron makes a nice decision and a numbers advantage just to knock in a short jump shot off of that St. John's turnover. Running our offense here, real good curl by Eric Atkins. Tom Knight, again, when he's open from 12, 15 feet, we really want him shooting the ball. That's a heck of a screen by Jack Cooley. Tom Knight, 15, 18 feet, take that shot. That's a weapon for us that has developed since he's gotten in the lineup. How about that shot by Zach? Great pass, but Zach just is getting better before our very eyes and more comfortable. This is what we want Jaren doing, coming off and being comfortable enough to just go up and shoot it and not to keep probing. Garrett, good defense right there. Zach comes over, gets his hand on it, and we're off in a little bit of early offense. Love that we threw ahead. Throwing ahead, Jaren Grant stepping up and knocking down a jump shot off of a throw-ahead situation. End of the half, we were dying. That was a big basket to go in at halftime with Eric's three because they kind of had our number. Now in the second half, boy, do we get off to a good start. And as you said, Jack, our guards get it started, and so does Jack Cooley.
His first bucket.
First bucket of the game, and he was a man in the second half. Great defense right here. Again, we wall it up again with our size, and we come up with it there. But really good defense and good rebounding in the paint. Again, we get back, and that was transition there, and we come back and get a stop, and we come back the other way. How about this catch, gather, and puts this thing in? That's a heck of an athletic play to score that after catching it underneath the bucket. Great cut by Pat Connaughton. I like when he cuts more. Great find by Eric Atkins. Jaren, and now step back jump shot. We love it. He's hunting his shot. Hunt your jump shot. Don't worry about overdriving the basketball. How about this? Our guards feeling good about shooting. We want them to shoot the basketball. We want them to shoot the basketball. Set for us. How about the passes Eric Atkins has here in the second half? He threads the needle here. This is one of the best plays I've seen all year. He just back over his shoulder finding Jack Cooley. It was kind of a clinic for Eric Atkins and Jaren Grant on how to find their teammates and how to find each other. Those two guys moving off of each other, Jaren hunting his jump shot. Our zone gave us really good stuff the whole second half, and we rebounded out of it. With keeping it to one and done. There's the Cooley family watching their son play his last home game. Great hustle by Tom Knight, and the big fella comes back. Little senior night exclamation point right there with the dunk. Good challenge by Pat Connaughton. Great outlet. Here we are in early offense, running the floor. Eric Atkins steps up. Again, I think you can see our guards' demeanor, hunting their offense and being aggressive offensively. Just a heck of a night for us. Really proud of our team, especially the second half we played.
And there are your final stats. The Irish explode for 44 second half points by hitting 68% of their shots from the floor, including 5 of 6 threes. Just as impressive, however, Mike Bray's squad holds St. John's to a Notre Dame Big East record of just 14 points in the second half and a Notre Dame Big East defensive record of 40 points for the game. Defense and rebounding have become a constant for your team.
And this team is really proud of that. They like to look, hey, we held them to low points. We double-digit out-rebounded them. Those are all things this group is proud of and hangs their hat on.
And fans, it was indeed a tale of two halves offensively for Notre Dame against St. John's, but the effort was there in both halves for the Irish. Here's what Coach Bray had to say to his team in the locker room at halftime.
We're defending well enough, fellas. They got 26 points. We've gotten their transition stuff a little bit under control. We'll get into a rhythm up. We're getting great looks. You got a great look, you step up and take it. You may get into the paint and make a play. That was a hell of a play right at the end of the half where we got in and probed and got your look, or you look it all the way in to go to the hole. Make them keep making plays on us, okay?
The Irish were able to defeat St. John's in impressive fashion, even with the distraction of senior night, which is always a very emotional night for everybody involved.
It is. You always worry about how your team's going to react and how your seniors are going to play. We've been very fortunate that we've won most of these senior nights, but our managers do such a great job for us, Jack. Those guys really are like assistant coaches, and the two we've had this year, the two senior managers, just were machines, quite frankly, in how they help us run the program, and it's neat to have a bunch of managers now out there. Mike Brohammer, disappointing he couldn't play, but a key member of our program. We're very proud of him. He's there with his fiancée. His family got snowed out. They couldn't make the trip. He's going to get married in June. He's got a job out west, and very, very proud of Mike. Joey Brooks played an important role with this year's team, even though he wasn't playing in games. He's I don't know if there's been a more popular player in our program here, and the two of us were talking there. We've been through a lot together, and I love him. I love him like family. This guy, I miss this guy. He's one of my all-time favorites. Watching him play the game comes so easy to him, and big impact on our program after his transfer here from Purdue. And I think he's going to be a heck of a coach, and that's what we're talking about when he comes out. And I don't know what more I can say about this guy. I've never been prouder of a player's improvement and development in our program, a great family, just a flat-out machine. He's going to be a first-team All-Big East guy here soon, and I'm so thrilled at his development and maturity and the leader he's become, and he had a good night, too, against St. John's. Always a very powerful night for me.
Outstanding night, and this senior class, we should continue to emphasize, has now won more Big East Conference games than any senior class in Notre Dame history, and with a few more wins, they'll become the winningest senior class. A compliment to them and an indication that the bar keeps getting higher for your team.
Yeah, there's no question the momentum of the program is good when your senior classes keep outdoing each other. Also, the first class to go to the NCAA tournament 4 straight years since the 1990 class. So we want to continue to make that a habit for these young men, 4 in a row.
That's right, and folks, don't take this for granted. Now, as you might expect, much of the post-game focus after the senior night victory over St. John's was on Irish senior leader Jack Cooley.
I feel good for Jack, setting him out like that, him having a couple monster dunks to finish his career. I'm just happy for him, and for us as a team, I think it's a great confidence booster going into Saturday.
I mean, just to be able to blow out a team that beat us the first time in a very frustrating game is just huge. It makes everyone feel great. It makes me feel really great to have it end on such a good note and have us just lock down such a great win at a place where we always win. We have an unbelievable record. I mean, not many of the friends I know can say that they've only lost single-digit amount of games here during their career. That's insane.
Good senior classes lead to good home records. This senior class has only lost 6 games at home.
That's pretty good when you have that kind of run in our building. Great night for us that we got to win.
And if you would like to honor this year's senior class and the entire Notre Dame team, you can, coming up on April 17th, when the second annual An Evening with Notre Dame Basketball is held. It's a new take on the traditional end-of-season banquet that I know, Coach, you really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a new twist, and I love that our marketing people came up with this idea. It's more of a real behind-the-scenes look at our program. Was met with great reviews last year. We're going to do it again this year.
And the fans get some real quality time with the players and with you.
Absolutely. Our staff, you get in there early. You're in our offices, our practice facility, our locker room. The players are stationed at different places around there. The coaches are in different places, and it's a personal touch. It's really a good idea.
Tickets for An Evening with Notre Dame Basketball are available right now at the Notre Dame ticket office and on UND.com. As always, the proceeds of the event benefit the scholarship fund of the Notre Dame Club of St. Joseph Valley. This week's Ask Coach Bray and Fast Break segments are coming up right after this.
We love seeing you at Bank of America.
But we know you want to be able to bank wherever you are.
Bank of America Mobile Banking lets you bank on your schedule.
Now you can securely deposit checks you get right away with your smartphone camera. Watch this.
It doesn't get more convenient than that. See? Success.
It's amazing. Check balances, pay bills,
and much, much more.
Right here.
Bank on your schedule and deposit checks on the go. Download the Bank of America mobile banking app today.
I need to get back to work.
3, 2, 1.
It's hard to call it radio when it's this out of the box.
Listen to that. Man, you know just what to say.
You might be a redneck.
Fox News alert on several dramatic new developments.
Frank Sinatra.
You're a delightful audience.
Let's go to Margaritaville. To the 10, to the 5. Touchdown.
This is satellite radio. Welcome to Sirius XM.
It is time now for our final Ask Coach Bray question of the season, sponsored by CBTS. This week's question comes from Ruth Bubba of Warren, Ohio. Ruth asked, Coach, I was curious. When my late husband was a basketball coach, he was superstitious. For example, putting the right sock on first and so on. Do you have any superstitions that you have followed this season? Go Irish.
Oh, Ruth. Us coaches all have superstitions. Yeah. I guess mine is, I get my iced tea from different spots based on how we're playing. And we played so well at home. I've been getting it from this one spot. I don't change it unless we lose. I walk in the building the same way. I walk to my locker the same way. There's many of them.
The game day shirt is a little bit superstitious
game
too.
Day shirt as well. We've gone to this, and we're riding it pretty good now. But us coaches are a strange bunch with superstitions.
Yeah, but they're fun to be around. Even though Joey Brooks has not seen game action this season, he has worked very hard at practice every day, challenging Notre Dame's outstanding starting guards and helping them get better in the process. He brought that same intensity with him the day he sat on our Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break hot seat.
First car you ever drove?
A beat-up Land Rover.
What did you do on your first date?
Took her out to a nice dinner and then had her home on time.
Food you like to eat before every game?
Probably a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, maybe some carbs, something like that.
You have 1 hour of free time. What do you do?
NBA 2K.
Favorite sports team?
NBA Lakers.
Favorite player from any sport?
Kobe, easy.
Toughest arena in the Big East to play in?
Probably either got to be the Carrier Dome or Yum Center.
Best nickname on the team and who has it?
We call E-Money Contender Debo.
Best player to room with on the road?
Pat Crowley.
Best dresser on the team?
Myself, easy.
Best singer on the team?
Zach August.
Best comedian on the team?
Eric Atkins.
Free throw contest, who wins, you or Coach Bray?
We decided not to have it, just have a buddy talk.
Man has a lot of personality.
He does.
He's really good. I'm going to miss Joe. He's had a big impact on our program. He's going to be very successful. Whatever he chooses, I think he's going to try that gold helmet first.
Yeah, he's going to be at spring practice for the football team. A look at a very busy week for the Irish is coming up next.
Customer Aaron Swenson bought from us online today, so I'm happy.
Sales go up, I'm happy.
It went out today, I'm happy.
What if she's not at home?
She won't be happy.
Use UPS. She can get a text alert, reroute, even reschedule a package. It's UPS My Choice.
You happy?
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
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 Sign up today for UPS My Choice at ups.com/happy.
I definitely feel like there's a family feeling.
They all know my name.
You're working with somebody who has your best interest at heart.
Pretty much like a brother and sister would take care of their siblings.
You go down to the same branch, you see the same people, you get to know people.
They're just more human.
People are looking to take care of you and not just use you.
I don't know that a bank would have gone to bat for us.
I'm one of their first customers ever, and I'm one of the happiest.
I'm a member.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Come home.
I feel very safe with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Fans, as you know, it's been an insanely competitive year in the Big East. And coach, as we look at the standings heading into the final weekend, 3 teams tied for first place in the Big East, and then just 1 game back, 3 teams, including Notre Dame, tied for 4th.
Yeah, I mean, you go down, it never has the last day had this much drama in league play, but we certainly still have a lot to play for. We could have a chance at a double bye. The league regular season champion is still up in the air, but for us, a 1-game shot at Louisville in a tough atmosphere. I just think it's an enjoyable challenge for our guys.
You'll be down a player in Cam. Maybe Austin Burgett gets some minutes, but I guess the good news is you're solidly in the NCAA tournament. Double bye. If you don't get the double bye, the worst you can finish is 6th. That's where Louisville finished last year, and they won the tournament.
Yeah, we're not worried about Thursday or Wednesday when we play. I mean, we're going to try and go down there and play the way we did in the second half of the St. John's game and enjoy the Louisville-Notre Dame matchup.
Looking forward to it. That will do it for this week's show, and what a show we have for you next week. Louisville and Big East Championship highlights, a feature on Jack Cooley, and a look at the NCAA bracket. So until next week, for Coach Bray, I'm Jack Dolan. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish. Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Bray has been brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also sponsored by Bank of America, Xfinity from Comcast, Mazda, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.